Hello everyone, my name is and I have been selected in TCS. As we all know that TCS came to our college for the first day campus. So I am here to share my experience, whatever I went through during the interview time and the LR time, and to suggest you some ways which can help you to get through further campuses which will be coming to our college. See, TCS is a company which won't test your technical knowledge at a great higher level, but it will it just requires a student who who has a knowledge that can make them aware that the student is uh, interested in whatever he or she is studying. They don't require very high knowledge of your branch, but they just need to know whether you are interested in that thing, and if you are interested, whether you are capable of surviving in that field. So this is because if they put you into the field of IT, so they just want that you survive the pressure which will come to you in the further sentence. So for preparing, my basic agenda was to first clear the hurdle of written. When the LR thing came to me, my idea behind preparation was to first clear the basic level aptitude so that I get through the written test. But then when I came across sample papers, I saw a variable level of difficulty in the paper. There were some easy questions, some moderate level difficulty questions, and some questions which were of higher level difficulty. So first you need to practice the basic thing, and in this our college TNP cell will help you a lot. The TNP classes held in our college were very helpful. Many of the questions were straight away the questions which were discussed in our classroom. The questions were not exactly, but the data was changed, but the pattern was still same. So it is not very difficult to clear the written interview, but what makes the difference is that you should also practice the higher level difficulty questions, because you should be prepared for the best case scenario as well as the worst case scenario. So if a tougher paper comes to you, you cannot give an excuse that I wasn't selected because I had a tough paper. That depends on destiny. So you should be prepared for the best as well as the worst case scenario. Once you clear once you are done with the written preparation for written, about email writing, it is just like a cakewalk for an English medium student. For an Hindi medium student, for email writing you should read a lot of daily newses, because the instances or the situations which are given to you for email writing are from daily life problems or daily life situations which you handle, like writing to a police officer about people riding rashly in your colony, or mentioning some problems to your senior officers which are coming into your which are occurring in your office. So it's like you need to read a lot of examples also. Online examples of email writing are available, so you need to read a lot, and then avoid using long sentences in email writing, avoid using punctuation marks, and you should use the spellings only those spellings for which you are very sure, because spelling mistake is the biggest thing which is taken into consideration while calculating the marks for email writing. Once you are done with email writing and written test, then comes the next hurdle, which is the personal interview. For personal interview, you should not prepare a lot. You should it should not appear to the interview that you have been preparing so long and you are all set for the interview. It's like you should just be confident. You should just be what you are. Only this thing matters in the interview room, that you should be what you are, because they don't want fake personalities, and HR with experience of 6 to 10 years can judge you in 1 minute whether you are faking or not. So you should not fake. Everything written in your resume should resemble in yourself. If you have mentioned something in your hobbies, if you have mentioned something in your co-curricular activities or something technical, then you should have sound knowledge of that, because you are mentioning it in the resume, which replicates you when you are not in the room. They already read when you enter the room. They have already studied your resume, so they are prepared with higher level questions about your resume. So you should always be prepared for your resume. Whatever you have mentioned in your resume should be thoroughly done by you before entering the room. You should be confident, and confidence is like you should not be in a hurry. Never enter the room without taking permission. Never sit. Always wish the interviewer first. with respect. You should show respect towards them because they also have their ego, their bubble, that we are the recruiters and we are here to recruit them. So you should not enter their bubble. You should not disrespect them. You should always maintain the respect for them. You should visit them and never be in a hurry. Don't offer your documents before you are asked to do, because this will show that you are in a hurry, and that means you are tense and you want to end the interview as soon as possible. So never be in a hurry. Never sit before they ask you to sit. If they don't, then ask for permission and then sit. As soon as the interview begins, for technical interview it's like they can ask you anything from anywhere. You should first prepare the basics, because whatever I went through in the interview was very little basics. Although I was asked around 8 to 9 questions and my technical interview went for around 25 minutes, but then they don't want to grade you on your technical knowledge. They just want to check whether you have done something in that field or not. You have, because you have been surviving and you have been a scorer, so you should have the technical knowledge which supports your degree, which can justify your marks. After the technical interview comes the hurdle of HR. HR interview is like you should interact with the HR as much as possible, because what she want to know is what you are, and on those basis they will judge you whether you are capable of working in the company or not. One suggestion from me for students who belong to companies other than CS or IT would be, the biggest question which comes to you in HR is, why do you want to change your stream when you have worked for 3.5 years or 4 years in any other stream? Now why do you want to switch over to IT? So you should be well prepared for these questions. You should be well prepared for the questions like how would you tackle the pressure coming into when you enter into a new field. You should be prepared for questions like, what if we put you into a project directly without training, what will you do then? Because these are basic questions which will check your decision making power, which will check your confidence level, whether you are able to handle stress or not during the interview. Because there are times when the HR will take a stress interview. The interview will seem to be a disaster, but then at the end of the result, you get selected. So you should be prepared for stress interview as well, for questions which I previously mentioned, and then you should open up with the HR. It's like HR, if the HR is not rude, if he or she is not rude, then he or she will treat you like a friend. So you also need to open up with him or her, and you should tell you should tell yourself that I can do this and I am capable of doing this. That's why I am sitting here. One more thing, which is that they intentionally make you wait for longer hours, and then question comes to you that you must be tired sitting for so long. So you must be prepared for any kind of questions that are coming to you from the HR, because and you should answer. You should never say in the HR panel, you should not reject the question, sorry sir, I don't know, because in the HR interview they just try to judge whether you will be able to handle the pressure which will come to you in the IT sector. About your hobbies and co-curricular activities, you should always mention the truth, because they can ask you wide variety of questions from hobbies, from anywhere in your hobby. So it's like always mention things always mention those things in a resume which are true by your nature. That will be all from my side. Thank you.